Okay, this is from the book of Wisdom, the seventh chapter, from the Septuagint. I myself also am a mortal man, like to all, an offspring of him that was first made of the earth. And in my mother's womb was fashioned to be flesh in the time of 10 months, being compacted in blood of the seed of man, and the pleasure that came with sleep. When I was born, I grew in the common ear and fell on the earth, which is of like nature. And the first voice which I uttered was crying, as all others do. I was nursed and swallowed and clothed, and that with cares. For there is no Cain that had any other beginning of birth. For all men have one entrance into life, and a lot going out. Whereto I prayed, and understanding was given me. I called upon God, and the spirit of wisdom came to me. I prefer her before scepters and thrones, and esteem riches nothing in comparison of her. Neither compare I unto her any precious stone, because all gold in respect of her is as a little sand, and silver shall be counted as clay before her. I love her above health and beauty, and choose to have her. For the light that cometh from her never goes out. All good things together came to me with her, innumerable riches in her hand. And I rejoiced in them all, because wisdom goes before them. And I knew not that she was the mother of them. I learned diligently, and do communicate her liberally. I do not hide her riches, for she is a treasure unto men that never faileth, which they that use become the friends of God, being commended for the gifts that come from learning. God hath granted me to speak as I would, and to conceive as is meet for the things that are given me, because it is he that leadeth me unto wisdom, and directeth the wise. For in his hand are both we and our words, all wisdom also and knowledge of workmanship. For he has given me certain knowledge of the things that are namely, to know how the world was made, and the operation of the elements, the beginning and in and midst of the times, the alteration of the turning of the sun, and the changes of seasons, the circuits of years, and the position of stars, the natures of living creature, and the furies of wild beasts, the violence of winds, and the reasonings of men, the diversities of plants, and the virtues of roots, and all such things as are either secret or manifest. Them I know. For wisdom, which is the worker of all things, taught me. For in her is an understanding spirit, holy, one only, manifold, subtle, lively, clear, undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt, loving the thing that is good, quick, which cannot be letted, ready to do good, kind to man, steadfast, sure, free from care, having all power, overseeing all things, and going through all understanding, pure and most subtle spirits. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passes and goeth through all things by reasons of her pureness. For she is the breath of the power of God, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her, for she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of God, and the image of his goodness. And being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she makes all things new, all ages, entering into holy souls. She maketh them friends of God and prophets. For God loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. For she is more beautiful than the sun, and above all the order of stars, being compared with the light. she is found before it. For after this cometh night, but vice shall not prevail against wisdom. That was the seventh chapter about wisdom, how beautiful she is. She is compared to what's called light. And after her come night. But wickedness can and vices cannot prevail against wisdom. God loves those that are wise, that are full of wisdom. If you seek her early and prayed, he say, I prayed for wisdom. Hmm? Prayed for wisdom and received it. Wisdom is in all the science. The science is of wisdom. Physics, astronomy, mathematics, geology, geometry, all the earth science, psychology, theology, schools that you go to, universities, supposed to be the university of wisdom, literature,